What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is OddToxin Gaming, and today I'm coming back at you with another deck profile. I'm going to actually be giving you the deck profile on Viral Despair, which is a really cool deck out deck. You just stall out your opponent and then you deck them out. It's a zombie-based deck using a Seto Kaiba skill. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into this. If you like this kind of content, make sure you leave a like, and if you like me, make sure to subscribe. Anyway, so let's start this out. So starting off, let's talk about our skill. It's called Viral Infection. Viral Infection says that once per turn you can discard any amount of cards from your hand, call a card, monster, spell, or trap. Your opponent sends cards from their deck that are of the type of cards that you called equal to the amount of cards you discarded. So that's very important because we're trying to deck our opponents out, and that's kind of what our entire deck's based around. It's called Viral Despair because our main boss monster of this deck is Despair from the Dark, which we're playing at 3. It's a 3,000 defending monster. Most cards in the game can't really get over it. Outside of, card effects, Moss being able to hit over it, Parasites being able to steal it, Interconflict being able to steal it. But for the most part, this card's always coming back, no matter if your opponent's getting rid of it or not. So it's a very strong card. We have multiple cards that recur back from the graveyard. We're pitching off the Viral from our hand to, that way we can, mill out their deck. And then after that, we're going to be reborning it back from our graveyard using our spell and trap cards. The other main boss monster we're playing in our deck is a card called Night Assailant, which came out in the Battle City box. We play this card at 3 as well because whenever we have one in graveyard and discard it off of the Viral Infection, we get it back, so we're discarding from our opponent every single turn. Not only that, it has a flip effect, which makes it into a Man-Eater bug, so if need be, we can set it face down, and then we can activate it, and then destroy monsters on the field. The other monster we're playing in the deck is a card called Doria. This card, much like the Night Assailant, is a card that destroys one monster on the field. Nothing much else to say about this card other than that it's being brought back with our Zombina, which we're playing at 3. Zombina says when it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard, and then special summon it to your field. So you special summon the Doria in this case, and then your opponent has to attack into the Doria, and then you target a card on your opponent's field and destroy it. So that's it for our monster lineup. Let's jump right into the spells. We play 5 spells in total for this deck, and those are triple Allure of Darkness. If you haven't noticed from my decks, this is one of my favorite cards in Speed Duels, just because it's our Pot of Greed. We get to draw 2 off of this. I like most dark decks because of this card being in the format, but not really much else I can really say about it. It's a very, very good spell card. The one of we play is Foolish Burial. That way we can send our Despair from the Dark or our Night Assailant to the graveyard. And then Book of Life is the last one. Most people actually don't play Book of Life in this, but I actually really like this tech being in the deck. The reason why is because, as you'll be able to see later on, we play Haunted Shrine. And whenever the Jinzo's out and we have the set Haunted Shrines, we can use the Book of Life to get out our Despair. And then the last 3 cards of the deck is Haunted Shrine. This card is insane. So it monster reborns a zombie from your graveyard if you control no monsters, and then if this card's in your graveyard, you can banish it from the graveyard and then special summon back the Despair again. So this is kind of like our main trap card. It's kind of what puts all the deck together and lets the deck run the way that it does. So we play this card at 3 indefinitely. Another special card I want to mention that I don't play in this deck is a card called Golden Ladybug. And Golden Ladybug is a level 2 insect monster that you reveal from your hand during your standby phase, and then you gain 500 life points for it. But I just want to give a special mention for that. The reason I'm not running it is because I like to play 40 card decks. If I would put that in there, it would be a 42 card deck. But if you wanted to try it out, 100%, I definitely recommend it. Getting back into the deck profile, we play... for our side deck is the Waking the Dragons. As you know, favorite trap card in Speed Duels right now. I fucking love this card. Being able to bring out cards from the extra deck. Also remember that this card can also bring cards from your main deck. So if you need Despairs out and your opponent pops this, just, special summon the Despair. Lastly, we play Lost Winds. So Lost Winds is for the XYZ matchup. I think that XYZ Dragon Cannon is one of our hardest matchups, because it can just discard and pop our cards on the field, and then we have to waste all of our recursion. So being able to out the XYZ is really nice. And then lastly, I play 2 Cosmic Cyclones because I hate Moss. It's my least favorite deck in the format. But other than for that though, guys, if you enjoy this type of content, like I said before, make sure you leave a like. If you like me, make sure you subscribe. And above all else, have a good day. I love to talk to you guys, so please leave a comment in the comment section down below. Alright, stay awesome. See you next time.